This is Eagle Owl, and today I will be talking about it, man. OTAs day two, and it got real. CJ Gardner Johnson went off on Cooper Dejean. Also, Quinyon Mitchell out here trash talking AJ Brown and Will Shipley. Yes, a name we didn't hear. Had one hell of a day during OTAs, but let's get straight into it. All right, so let's hop straight into it. Before practice, they usually had these interviews with the players, and AJ Brown talked about Keely Ringo. He also talked about Quinyon Mitchell because I like to hear about Quinyon Mitchell. He doesn't talk much, but this is what AJ Brown had to say about Quinyon Mitchell.
Dejean and kind
Yeah.
of your thoughts on
Q doesn't talk as much, guys. I don't think y'all know that. He doesn't really say anything. And the first words I heard from him was like, "Hey, that route was trash." I said, "What?" I said, "You don't even talk and you talking trash." Yeah. And so it was funny. It was funny to hear from him. And I told him, I said, "All right, I like to see that. I want to see you step up because he's not gonna be playing against me. He's gonna be playing against other guys, and I want to see him, hold his own." And I told him, I said, all right, you took the first step, but I said, now you got to back it up. You gonna have to walk. You gonna have to walk that walk. And I've been looking forward to getting some reps against him. So
Isaiah.
I like it. I like it. The guy out there looking to compete, don't talk much, but he had to let AJ know, yo, that route was a little trash. That was trash, bro. I like it. I personally like it. It's all about getting each other better. And a little trash talking between the teammates is nothing wrong with that. And it gets guys like AJ going, guys like Devontae Smith going, and it gives like a real feel of a game simulation because when we play other teams, you don't think them other teams are going to be trash talking. Remember AJ Brown versus Gilly when he was with the Dallas Cowboys? So trash talking happens, especially with a guy like AJ Brown. So Quinion, you holding your own, man. I give you that. I definitely give you that. I will talk about more of the interviews because Brandon Graham, I actually might make a short about it later today. Brandon Graham had to get his stuff off about the coaching staff last season. So the coaching staff, as we all predicted, fans, content creators, casual watchers, something was off about the coaching staff in Philadelphia, and a lot of guys are calling it out to the AJs, to the Devontaes, to the Brandon Grahams. So yeah, it was just all a mess last year. And hopefully, things change. All right, so let's get into the camp notes. Okay. As we all know, James Bradbury is still with the team, but he sat out this practice again. Whatever the injury was, the Eagles are being precautious because he did not practice today. But there's another guy that's on the injury list per se is Trevor Keegan. He actually had a sleeve on his leg as well. He missed practice, and that's not good. Not good at all. But again, knowing my Philadelphia Eagles, they are being very, very precautious, especially with a guy like James Bradbury, who I believe, this is my belief, he will be tree bait, in my personal opinion. You see the Colts, they just lost a defensive back due to like an Achilles tear, something like that. Prayers up to that guy. But then you start thinking about, are the Colts actually going to make that move and try to get James Bradbury? We'll see. All right. There was some vets in the building too. You had Fletcher Cox there. Fletcher Cox was there, an Eagles legend. You also had Jalen Bronson from the Knicks was there as well. He spanked the 76ers, and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna watch my Eagles play too. So he was there. I think it was Will Greer the third was there. It was some stars in the building. Of course, Howie was there and stuff like that. That's a part of the organization, but yeah, as far as like the quote unquote outsiders, because Fletcher Cox is an outsider now. He was definitely there, pumping up the defensive line, probably trying to get Jalen Carter and the Jordan Davises of the world, Milton Williams, get them going. So it looked like his veteran presence will be there at all times. All right. So let's talk about the players that are actually on the team. Isaiah Rogers was the first team cornerback. There were guys rotating. Of course, Keely Ringo got some burn, and Quinyon Mitchell actually got some burn as well on the first team reps. And the first play of OTAs, Jalen Hurts. This is becoming a theme, and I'm starting not to like it, but it's practice as long as it's happening in practice. But he threw a pick. Reed Blankenship, who's Reed Blankenship? We're not really talking about him, but he's having a strong camp, like a really strong camp. But it was told like it was some miscommunication. More reporters are coming out and they starting to believe it's like more of growing pains. They trying to learn the system, and that's why Jalen Hurts is throwing picks, not looking too well at times because Jalen Hurts a heat up. But at times, Jalen Hurts been throwing picks. We got to be honest. It's been 3 OTAs or four. And out of the four, I believe, like to start it off, he threw it like 3 picks to start off OTAs, but then he'd get cooking, get cooking and cooking and cooking. So I don't know. Maybe again, this is growing pains. We're talking about the beginning of June with a new offensive coordinator. They trying things, and while like a Devontae Smith and AJ Brown love the freedom of the routes, this and that, Jalen Hurts really got to learn this playbook. So again, they saying like this interception was just like, why did you throw it there? You threw it right to Reed Blankenship. But again, stuff like that, miscommunication with a new OC is going to happen. And later reported as well, reporters was putting out like, in all fairness, like I stated myself, he got cooking. He looked good in particular parts in OTA. So him starting off with these interceptions again might just be simple growing pains. Right. So N'Kobe Dean, what's going on with N'Kobe Dean? Still pairing up with the second team. He began a lot of second team reps. It looked like he will not be starting. It looked like it's Zach Bond and Devin White. Also, Sidney Brown was out there as well. Sidney Brown, he was actually sprinting with nothing on his knee again. He was simulating. He wasn't actually with the team doing the drills, but he was simulating of what they're doing. So he keeping his head in the game because I believe Sidney Brown is going to come back faster than what we think. So Sidney Brown is out there like he's practicing. So that's good to hear. Cooper Dejean also got some playing reps on the outside with the second team. We've been here nickel with Cooper Dejean on the first team, splitting with Avonte Maddox, and nickel on the second team, but he's actually getting outside playing time. So look like Vic Fangio's keeping his word. I want to ease him into certain spots. But to me, outside looking in, of course, the reports that are coming out, it seemed like they like Cooper Dejean at the nickel, but they just try him in certain spaces and see where he fits. Also, we all know there's a new kickoff rule, and the Eagles finally simulated the new kickoff rule, and they had Covey as the guy, as the kickoff returner. They had like CJ Gardner Johnson, also the backup running back that we signed, Davis, as a backup, as a kick returner. But they said Covey looked the best out of all the kick returners, so that's really good to hear. And Jake Elliott was doing his thing. You know, he kept all the balls within the 5 because you want to have returns because the NFL is looking to bring more returns back because there have been a lot of touchbacks. So hopefully this new rule helped with that. But Jake Elliott was doing his a good job, and Brenton Covey returning the kickoffs was doing a really, really good job. So that's good to hear as well because special teams definitely matters. And as I mentioned before, Isaiah Rogers was on the first team. They did miss and match like Keely Ringo out there, who had a strong day, another strong day. They put out there Quinyon Mitchell, who had a decent day on 7-on-7s, but 11-on-11s, it was damn near exclusively Isaiah Rogers on the first team. So it looked like Isaiah Rogers might be the cornerback too for now and maybe for the foreseeable future. So we'll see how the matchup turn out, but I believe is a two-man matchup between Keely Ringo and Isaiah Rogers. Me personally, I will say this. I believe Isaiah Rogers is the best corner on the team, but you know, people still say Slay, and I'm not mad at that answer. I think it's close. Look, come at me if you want. Of course, Slay damn near what, a Pro Bowler multiple times. So yeah, of course Slay got the resume and could still play at a high level. But I'm talking about as of today, I believe Isaiah Rogers is better, but Isaiah Rogers is like 26, 27. So he's entering that prime. And I think it's now. You don't want that to go to waste. So it's good to hear Isaiah Rogers is out there balling, earning his spot. Let's see if we can keep it, and hopefully that Eagles biasness don't kick in. Like, oh, we got to get Quinion out there or Keely Ringo out there to start because we drafted these guys. Isaiah Rogers is the reason why you signed them. You got them on a nice deal. Take advantage of that. All right. So John Ross, man, John Ross is moving up the chart. He actually got first team reps. Yes, John Ross got first team reps. And he made some impressive catches. John Ross is a name to watch. John Ross can possibly make this team. We'll see when the pads and stuff come on. But John Ross went from rookie tryouts. A lot of us was like, we don't know about that. To third team reps kicking up, second team reps kicking up. Now he's getting the first team reps. So he might be our third receiver. He might be our third receiver, man. So watch out for him. Cooper Dejean got some first team reps at nickel. At one point, he was on Dallas Goddard. He had really, really good coverage on Dallas Goddard. And Jalen Hurts just threw the ball perfectly, and Dallas Goddard caught it. And then, like the very next play, I believe, Cooper DeJean almost caught a pick on Jalen Hurts, and CJ Gardner Johnson went up to him trash talking. CJ Gardner Johnson went up to him like, yo, bruh, like, what's going on? You got to catch those. And the reason why I think CJ Gardner Johnson was so hard on him is because CJ Gardner Johnson wanted to win. CJ Gardner Johnson, after practice, a couple hours after practice, he was tweeting a little bit like, yo, I didn't come back to be liked. Yo, I came back to set a tone and win. Like, he wants to win. And he was like, yo, I've been in the league for like 7 years. I only had one losing season. Like, I'm on it. CJ Gardner Johnson is talking his talk. I could see the players that play with him not liking it particularly, but me as a fan, I love it. I love it because there's a difference between a pass deflection and an interception. Pass deflection, that same team get another chance. Interception, it goes to your offense, or you can take it back to the house. So CJ Gardner Johnson is drilling his head like, yo, easy picks don't come like that in this league. You gotta catch those. You gotta catch those. And I'm with CJ Gardner Johnson on that. So I love to hear CJ Gardner Johnson give it up. I love to hear that. Like, yo, again, bruh, pass deflection nice, but catch them picks. Gotta catch them picks. All right, so there's a new name I haven't mentioned the past couple videos. It's Kendall Milton. He been catching a lot of passes out the backfield. At one point, he caught one and looked really fast running down the field. And he's a guy to watch out for. He might not make the 53-man roster, but he's a guy that can be on the practice squad and that can really develop. So he had an impressive day. Mekhi Becton is also taking first team reps at left guard. He looked really impressive. Now there's reports coming out like, yo, he can win that right guard position because Tyler Steen, you know, he on 11 on 11s, it was him versus Jalen Carter, and Jalen Carter, I hate to say this about our guy Tyler Steen, but he got tossed to the ground. We talking about Jalen Carter here. But Tyler Steen got tossed to the ground by Jalen Carter. Mind you, this is a division where you have Dexter Lawrence. This is a division where you have the D-Laws of the world. You don't want to hear your guard getting tossed around. Now, Mekhi Becton is going to be a really hard guy to toss around. We know Landon Dickerson is a Pro Bowler, so we know he's going to bring it. So Tyler Steen, again, it's your spot to lose. And you don't want to hear your guy getting tossed around by Jalen Carter, man. You don't want to hear that. And John Ross got more reps also with the second team, of course. And I'm hearing that he had a nice one-handed catch from Kenny Pickett. So again, John Ross continues to make plays. And offensively, as practice wrap up, the guys that really had a good day, and I really didn't see many tweets about some of these guys, but Will Shipley looked really fast, caught a lot of balls out the backfield. Grant Calcaterra name is starting to get some buzz out there, but this is summaries I'm seeing from the reporters. So they didn't say anything, of course. That's why I wish these things were just public. But Will Shipley, Grant Calcaterra, and obviously John Ross. Those the guys that had a good day. That's of course not the Devontae Smiths and the AJ Browns and stuff like that. But far as the guys that you can say quote unquote roster bubble. Besides like Will Shipley, he's a fourth round pick. He's going to make the team. But like John Ross and Grant Calcaterra are guys that's like on a roster bubble, but they had a really good day. All right, so that's all I got as far as with camp. Defense dominates again, but that usually happens because the defense come along a lot faster. That's how it usually go. The defense come along a lot faster than the offense. So it's good that the defense is doing their thing. I forgot to even mention that Devin White also got a sack on Jalen Hurts. And look, the defense is there. Now we just need this offense to start a little faster. I want to see this last day of OTAs where Jalen Hurts. I want to see a turnover free Jalen Hurts. Just maybe, but I'm not like criticizing or over analyzing it because it is practice. Again, they probably trying stuff, see what works, see what fits. And so far, again, Jalen Hurts will start off slow, but he had kick up. I heard he did miss some deep shots. So it's just stuff happening, man. They ain't play organized football in a minute. They trying to get their feet warmed up. So don't worry about the offense too much. They will get it together. Hopefully by September. Just just keeping it a buck. Of course, before that, you want to get the practice and stuff together. But week one against Green Bay, that Friday, they better be ready. But hey, man, what do you think and how do you feel about the news today? CJ Gardner Johnson, Will Shipley having a good day. Quinyon Mitchell talking his talk. This is Eagle Al, man.